Hello and welcome back to our Palworld adventure. Today might be the day where we go ahead and take down the final boss. Last episode, we basically uncovered all of the Faybreak Island. We did ourselves a bunch of the bosses inside of Faybreak. We have a couple more still to do, so my plan is going to be to try and wrap up these final few bosses that we have around here, even the human ones, hopefully, and then we will give ourselves an attempt onto the final boss. Also, Palworld today, because there was recently a big fat update. And that big fat update did a good couple of things. First and foremost, the thing that I noticed immediately after launching the game is that they went ahead and added little icons on top of the schematics so that you can very easily and quickly tell which schematic is which is just very, very handy. Two of which we're even going to be making here shortly, because I did grab some Hexalite in between episodes, as I said I would. So we do have the materials available to go ahead and craft ourselves this Hexalite armor before we go ahead and take down any final bosses today, which will be lovely. Also, apologies, I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot because I did get sick for the past couple of weeks, which is also part of the reason we're playing Palworld today rather than a more stressful game like Elite Redux, because this way I can have my camera off. I got the flu for the past 2 weeks, so apologies if there's a lot of coughing and clearing my throat. I'm better now, but my lungs did not like having the flu. So yeah, apologies for being ill. Today though, we start things off by, honestly, I'm going to clear out the PAL stuff first before the humans, because the humans suck. There is a couple of other things that were in the update, though. Notably, probably the biggest and most important part of the update is they added a system so that PALs can be taken, for example, like my perfect jet dragon, right, with the perfect IVs. This PAL can be taken and put into other worlds. So if any of you have played Terraria, for example, the character can move between worlds. They've made it so that PALs can be moved between worlds by putting them into a global PAL box, which also, as far as I'm aware, would work as more storage. And they've also added guild PALs. I don't know if there's something in the tech tree for that. Ah, here we go. Dimensional PAL storage. This is one of the things I was talking about at the very least. A facility for storing a large number of captured PALs. Any guild member can deposit or withdraw PALs. If you set it to private, it can serve as your personal PAL storage. So that's very, very cool. I like that. That's good. Obviously, this is a solo playthrough, so it doesn't really affect me in this moment. But, I mean, Palworld, when you play with friends, is a great game, and this was part of the big crossplay event, so that you can now play between consoles and PC, I believe. I didn't look too much into it because obviously I play PC solo, so it wasn't super relevant for me, but I mean, this is a cool update. This is a cool update, and it's going to be good for a lot of people. Yeah, I like that. I like that. They also did the popularity contest where Chillet won, not to brag, but Chillet MVP. And Chillet is also going to be the MVP of today, because my aim is going to be to try and get Wagyu nice and strong, as I want to use Wagyu for the final boss today, so hopefully we can get Wagyu a level or two. I would feel comfortable at 59, ideally. I mean, if we don't get to 59, it's fine. My aim is going to be to ride this so that I can have fire damage, as I believe the final boss is ice. So yeah, let's go ahead and start getting into some of these final bosses with, let's just start from the south. We'll take on Mimic, Caprity Noct, and Kryling's Terror. And I believe we can fly? God damn it. I should have known. I should have known we couldn't fly. I am cursed in this game to never be able to fly. I don't know what one I haven't taken out yet, but there must be like one here on the southern island. Maybe I could get onto Bullet temporarily and we could see like a direction that it might be in. Somewhere down that way, I think, is where it was showing. I don't see it from here, but also, I mean, I'm blind, so, you know, is what it is. But either way, we can head down to the east, and we will be fine. We can just glide, I suppose. They don't have any issues with us gliding through the air, which is, good. Which is good. Oh, I see some damage numbers down there. Is someone else fighting him already? Oh, they are. Okay, we have some Knight Mary already taking down Mr. Mimic himself. Was he actually disguised as a Mimic? Was he disguised just like a friendly NPC that turns hostile when you talk to him or something, like a Mimic would? Because that would actually be cool as hell. I have no idea if that's... Oh, okay, alright. Let's relax, Shroom knocked over there. I have no idea if that's how Mimic would have worked. We didn't get to see, because he was attacking Knight Marys, so I don't know. But either way, he's not posing too much trouble. I mean, he does hit hard with that laser rifle, actually. He was hitting decently hard on my pals. Yeah, I mean, 900 a shot is actually respectable. He's got some damage right there. Obviously, no match for the Choodle, okay? No match for the Choodle. Don't die after I said he's no match for you, though. Don't die after I said he's no match for you, though. That'd be embarrassing. Oh, my... Okay. No match for me. Fine. With my gun. I have my Ring of Mercy on. It's been a little while since I played. Apologies. It's been a little bit. I've been playing some other games. My bad. That might have been on me. That might not have been Choodle's fault. Apologies to Choodle. I do feel a little bit bad. I also didn't craft the armor before I left, which would have been smart, but it's fine. Right, and that is taken out with no troubles. That is fine. We can now get on bullet. We should be able to fly safely to wherever we need to go for this Caprity Noct. It is very dark. Apologies for it being very dark. Kind of fitting for Caprity Noct, though, so I'm actually going to keep it dark. Where are we looking? We're looking down here? Ah, group fight. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this the strongest way that we can by using the strongest move that we have, which, funnily enough, is Beam Slicer. Do we think it lives? I don't know. Let's find out. Nope. Just one-shot the boss. Ooh. Poor Caprity Noct did not hold up and was not strong enough. Does boost our dark damage, though. Don't think we have anything that's going to utilize that, though. Oh? I hear them. Oh, Rampaging Bushi Noct. Splatterina, you are not what I need to be focusing on right now. Can you just die to this Beam Slicer? Holy 27,000 damage. What on earth was that? That was insane. But we have ourselves a Predator Pal Bushi Noct over there that I actually really would like to fight. That would be a ton of XP. It's level 60. And I haven't made my Hexlight armor yet because I'm a big fat dum-dum. So it's a little bit spooky, for sure. But I'm going to wait for Beam Slicer to come back up, and then we're going to engage. And by engage, I obviously mean we're going to go ahead and use the aerial missile attack with our ability, because this thing does a ton of damage, even to Predator Pals. Holy, do we even need that? We don't need Beam Slicer. We don't need Beam Slicer. Oh, hey, Steam Achievement. They also added more Steam Achievements for the game, by the way. Obliteration. That did also get our Jet Dragon to level 60, which is very nice. Obviously, the upcoming boss is going to be an Ice-type boss, which isn't, you know, a very good matchup for Jet Dragon, so we probably won't bring it. But, I mean, for other things, it's useful, so it's good. Is Cryolink's Terror below ground? No, it is just over here. Okay, that's nice. Ooh, we got a new move. Meteor Rain. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa, there. I'm so sorry, Choodle. Okay, so instead of Fireball, I want Beam Slicer, because that move is insane. Beam Comet is still very, very good. And Meteor Rain is now unlocked. Base power 160. I imagine this is like Diamond Rain and Volcanic Rain that we have on the Chillets. Well, Volcanic Rain's base power 130, so maybe it's not the same. Diamond Rain, though, is 160, so I assume it's like Diamond Rain. Either way, this Cryolink's Terror is asleep, making it a prime target for obliteration. So let's find out. Meteor Rain. Ooh. Okay, that is some damage for sure. I do think I've seen that while fighting a Jet Dragon before on a multiplayer server, so it's not the first time I've seen the move. So if I don't sound like super surprised, and I'm not super shocked, that's why. That's why. I think I saw it on a multiplayer server with some friends. But that is a very strong move. It's essentially just Comet, but 5 times, right? Which is incredibly strong. So I think that matches the long cooldown. Alright, we have Frostallion, Noct, and Azurmane over here, and we also have Dazzle and Ram. Let's take out the humans first, and then we'll save Frostalion Noct for last, as it is a legendary, and it is level 60. So that might actually be a pretty scary fight. We'll see. Ah, is that the entrance to this guy? I guess it's not the entrance to anything else. It must be. Okay, I think we found Ram. Ram's entrance is pretty far away. Yeah, I guess this was a cave. I got baited by this. I thought I'd marked the waypoint to him before. Apparently I had not. That's just a actual cave. This must be Ram's tunnel. Are we going to get a pop-up of an indication that this leads to Ram? Is it going to be like Horned Mischief Maker's tunnel? Anything like that? I guess not. You Ram? You are Ram. Breaking and entering. Hey, Ram. I really want to test out if Meteor Rain works when there's a ceiling. It shouldn't. It shouldn't work when there's a ceiling. However, this game is silly and a video game. So let's find out. Meteor Rain does in fact work, and it obliterated that Oma Skull. I like the word obliterated today. I don't know why, but yeah, I don't need to help. Perfect Jet Dragon has in fact got that under control. Very nice. Claim our rewards. There is also goodies back here, which could be slabs for the raids. Xenolord, slab, fragment, and plasteel armor. Plasteel armor isn't the newest armor, actually. It's Hexalice. That's not super useful. 2 Xenolord slab fragments, though, is useful. That I will take. What is this? Oh, dart fragments. Okay, that's fine. All right, we have one more human. Then I think I'm going to make the Hexalite armor before I go ahead and fight Frostalion Noct, because that could be spooky. We'll see. One more human to take care of real quick. What? You're kidding. More of them. Really? Maybe they do respawn. I don't know. Damn it, though. I thought I was free. I thought I was finally free. Is this the guy we're looking for? I think this is the guy we're looking for. I think he's above ground. Oh my god, he's above ground. Dazzle. Like the Dota character. Okay. Well, Dazzle. I would love to hit you with a Meteor Rain, but Jet Dragon's gonna have to do that on their own. So let's see if Jet Dragon will Meteor Rain immediately. Yes. Crush him with meteors. He actually dodged that pretty well. The Tarantulas honestly didn't. However, I think Dazzle is trying to get to me. Kaboom. Which is the mistake. Should probably be going for my pal, as, you know, I'm chilling. A second Meteor Rain? That was not the right cooldown. That dropped again so quickly. Also, supply drop. Nice. Hopefully that has a better Hexalite armor piece schematic in it. That would be huge. Especially if it's before I make it. That'd be wonderful, actually. Let's go ahead and loot you. And let's see what we have on this supply drop before we get blown up, because I keep forgetting about the missiles. What do we have over here? Just some Faebreak warriors. Okay. Let's go ahead and blow you up before you fire your rocket launcher at us. They're only level 46. That feels weak. That's not very scary. What do we have? We have Speed Elixir, Hexalite Helmet Schematic 2. Actually a better upgrade. Okay. All right. Well, that worked out. I'm glad I came over here and did the humans first. That was good. Let's go ahead and craft some Hexalite armor, and then we'll take on Azamane, Frostalion Noct, and then we attempt the final boss. Oh, hello, Mimog. Okay, okay. I mean, I would love to fight this with my Jet Dragon, but it's a little bit scary to pop up on that at the moment. So I guess my best plan is probably just hitting you with a big fat fireball from Wagyu and hoping you die. Okay, nice, it does. That's also good XP, and there is good dog coins, which is useful for a lot of stuff. I do kind of want to check the merchant and see if they've added any new stuff in this update. I didn't read anything that had been added for the dog coin merchant. There's probably not got anything new, actually, now that I think about it. I imagine it would have been in the patch notes, which I did check. Alright, and back at base, we should have ourselves... Was it this one? I think it was this one. We have ourselves Hexalite, heat-resistant Hexalite armor. 660 defense, 1925 health, compared to 520 defense, 1560 health. That is a big upgrade. That is very good. And our helmet, which is even bigger update, we're using a PAL metal helm still. Not even plasteel. We skipped plasteel. I didn't realize I'd skipped plasteel. That's a little bit of an oopsie on my part. But we have ourselves a Hexalite level 2 helmet that we can make instead. So, do I have the stuff for this? 114 Hexalite. Okay, that's a little bit more. I realized I would need. And 95 Hexalite. I actually don't have enough Hexalite for both. That is unfortunate. Honestly, the helmet is the bigger upgrade right now, and it's the level 2, so we will go ahead and start that crafting with our Anubis. And I will see if I have any more Hexalite that I can make in the meantime. Hexalite, I can make 17. We're gonna need a bit more chromite, huh? Okay, okay. Alright, well, detour. Off to go get more chromite I go. Alright, and if we head over here, we should have our Hexalite helmet. So at the moment, we are at 7,819 HP, which is huge, with 1,059 defense. But if we equip this, then we go to 8,424 HP with 1,328 defense. That is a massive upgrade to get before the final boss. That is huge. Also useful for Frostallion, I suppose. I don't think we'll need the metal detector anymore now that we have the rest of our Hexalite crafting. All we need to do is get this chest piece upgraded as well, and we should be good to go. One thing that I don't do enough in this game before important fights is I don't think about the food that I'm going to use before I go into it. But we could bring in like a plus 20% defense food, just so we don't get like destroyed by any large attack while I fail to dodge things. So that could also be an option. We could also go with stronger damage, right? There is attack up pieces. But it doesn't seem very difficult to get a plus 20% extra defense boost from just having some rush ore pork, which I could go and get very, very quickly before we go to fights. So that seems like it would be pretty smart for me to eat, at least. My pals could probably have regular food or, you know, attack-enhancing food. I feel like having defense on me as a character is probably a good idea. I think this is where rush ores spawned. The spark hit. Premise. It's been a while since I've been back here. More Cremis. We want to stay in the yellow area, I believe. I don't know if it's a specific part of the yellow area that rush ores spawn, but I remember them being pretty early into the yellow area. Ah, there we go. Hello, rush ore. I feel a little bit bad for what I'm about to do to you. Also, I hope this doesn't burn the meat. But, you know. One rush ore pork. There we go. I wouldn't hate having a couple, just so we can get some stacks going. Yeah. Or rush ores. Hey, buddy. You're getting beam sliced. This poor level 5, 19,000 damage. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this poor guy. Okay, well, that guy actually dodged pretty well. I can't actually see him through the tree. You know what? Good job, buddy. Good job. You did it. However, can you survive the raft that is coming when I am not having to aim myself? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. But that'll be convenient to get a little bit of extra food. A little bit of extra defense. And while I went out and got that, our Hexalite should be done. Yep, and I can start getting us some rush ore hot dogs. What was this again? Sanity. Okay, yeah, rush ore hot dogs. Give me 4 of those in production. I think as long as I don't take them out of this bench, they should stay, you know, full on time. They won't be deteriorating in my inventory like, you know, these cakes are, for example, that I'm holding on to, which is good. But let's go ahead and get ourselves this heat-resistant Hexalite armor crafted now that we have enough Hexalite. Alright, heat-resistant Hexalite armor has been made, and this should give us our last boost. 8,900, basically, health, and 1,500 defense. That is some fat defense. Our defense will also be boosted a little bit by the hot dog effect, which will also give us another, like, 200 defense or something, when, you know, we factor into our base defense. I don't know exactly what it works off of. I don't know if they multiply or not. If it multiplies, then hey, we get like 300 extra defense, and that's huge. So, we'll see. For now, though, let's go ahead and take out our last couple of bosses that aren't super scary, being Azumane, which I'm not afraid of in the slightest, and Frostalion Noct, which I'm not too afraid of. The main reason I'm not too afraid of Frostalion Noct is just the fact that it's a dark type is the main reason. If it was any other type, I'd be slightly more afraid. Just because it's a dark type, I have dragon moves on, like, everything. I am essentially a dragon tamer, right? This is Frostalion. Where is Azumane? Azumane's just down there. Is it just out in the open on that, like, little dirt patch? Is it gonna be that simple? No. Never that simple, is it? Actually, this is past it. Hold on. Wait, where? Oh, it's here, not on the dirt patch, just in the middle of nowhere. Of course. The perfect place. It blends into the environment, I'll give it that. But yeah, we can get on to Jet Dragon. Jet Dragon, honestly, Jet Dragon, just deal with those for me, buddy. I was hoping you'd Meteor Rain them, because it's got really good AoE. Ooh, did that interrupt Meteor Rain? It might have. Oh, it might be on cooldown now. Oh, that sucks. Hold on. Okay, all right. We can do it. We can do it. We go ahead. It interrupted again. I did the same thing twice. It's kind of amazing in its own way. Being double dumb. We do have all of those guys over there that might aggro. I should probably fire a rocket launcher at them all. I'll hit the tree over here and see if that... Yes! That's the effect that I was hoping for. That's the AoE I wanted to see. Meanwhile, Jet Dragon just KO'd the Azumane. Or Electric type. Kaboom. I thought that might have been a guided missile, but it was not, and that is the human's dead. Let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here. I would like Jet Dragon to be healed up before we go ahead and fight a legendary, but maybe it can heal up in the back if we start with someone else. We can also change the moves around on Wagyu to be dragon moves. Never mind, we don't have any dragon moves on Wagyu. My bad. I thought we did. We can put dragon moves onto Choodle, though. Let's go with Comet Strike, because that's nice, quick, and easy. Beam Slicer, because that's OP, obviously. And we could change off to another dragon move like Blast Cannon. Blast Cannon's very good. And it's very good against large targets, because it explodes a lot of times. I forgot how many TMs we just shoved onto this Choodle. Choodle using Thunderstorm would be pretty funny. I'm considering keeping Diamond Rain so that we can freeze it. Although we don't need to catch it, because we've bred Frostalion Noct in the past as the way that you used to breed them. You could just breed Frostalion with... Boy, I don't even remember the dark type that it bred with to get Frostalion Noct originally before the update that brought it out as a placeable... as a placed fight. But either way, it's something that we already bred. It might have been Helsifer or something. But yeah, we'll go ahead and use Blast Cannon. I think we're fine with just KOing it, to be honest. I'm not going to worry about catching it. We'll see. If it ends up at low HP, I'll catch it because it is legendary and it is cool. But that's not my main aim. My main aim is just to go ahead and win the fight. So let's get on to Choodle. Do we want to start this with a Beam Slicer? Probably, right? I mean, it's just good. Beam Slicer. Bonk. And we'll fire a Blast Cannon ourselves. Let that explode. That is good damage. 4,000 damage immediately. Just like that. Very nice. Very nice. I'm actually going to save my ammo because I don't fear it. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of a dodge going by bringing our Choodle over here. There's the freeze. I guess we have a base ability for a freeze as well. I did forget about that. Yeah, we have a lot of dragons. This type matchup is in our favor, so I'm not super afraid. A type matchup against an ice-type final boss, though, that has me more afraid. That's going to be rough, because I don't have any, like, pure fire types bred that would resist. I have a lot of dragon half-types, which are all weak to ice, so that's going to be tough. I'm going to let that Beam Slicer go, and then try and catch it. Is what I was going to say, but it died a little bit too quick. That's fine. That's fine. Again, we have Frostalion Noct. It's got level 4 Gathering, which is very good. But yeah, we don't need it. We don't need it. It's not like it's a useful pal for any upcoming fights, as far as I'm aware. Dinner Lord is a dragon. Lasermint Ryu is fire. Final fight is ice. No, I don't think we need it for anything. So that should be fine. Let's go ahead and get ourselves prepped for the final boss fight. Alright, so the plan for the final fight. I am going to be using Wagyu as my mount for the fight, dealing the big fire damage, and the main amount of damage, just like the other bosses, since we've started doing this Gobfin strategy, I'm going to be doing the majority of the damage. So, I might actually use one of the Rushore hot dogs on Wagyu, and I'll keep 3 of them for me so that I can stay alive. I like the idea of having 2 Gobfins, obviously, because that's a lot of our damage. Jet Dragons aren't going to be useful in the slightest. We could take Twilight. Twilight does have the useful ability that heals us. However, I don't think it's a percentage of our health. I think it's a flat amount. And now that we have 9,000 HP, basically, I know the number keeps going up. Now that we have 9,000 HP, which is an absurd amount, it's going to heal for like 800, which is like a 10th of our HP. At that point, it's probably not worth having in one of our slots. I think I'd actually rather just have one of these chillets that I brought to the Bellinor raid. I think that would just be smarter to have, just for more DPS. So I might actually just take some of the chillets that just had fire moves. They're a little bit low level. But they are very good. They are very good. I feel like having... although we also have these ones. We have these level 50... This one's level 57, actually. Yeah, we have a couple that are level 57. Let's see what moves they can use. And let's see if I have any fire TMs. Because I could, for example, just go ahead and take these 2 chillets that are level 57, just for the level bonus. One's also 57. 1064, 640 for attack and defense. Is that higher than either of these? 640 defense is probably better than... That's a big defense upgrade, actually. Very big defense upgrade. But we have 3 of them, so I mean, damage is our main thing. I mean, the chillets should be fine, right? I mean, we shouldn't be too worried about the chillets. I need to stay alive. I'm sorry, little guys. I am, but like, I need to stay alive. So I think Wagyu's gonna be our main mount. We keep Wagyu alive for as long as possible. If we need to start relying on these, then we can. They still have the Sparkling Weasel ability, so we can still boost our fire damage no matter which chillet we're on. It's just stronger on Wagyu, because Wagyu's level 2 condensed. Actually, they're all level 2 condensed. I can ride on any of them. Wagyu's just better, because it has the souls already put into it. So that's good. That's good. We will grab these Rushore hot dogs. Which I am going to eat, and I'm going to put onto Wagyu. I don't think there's too much else that we need. I mean, we've got weapon types. We've got the grappling gun for dodging. I think that should be it. We've got the correct accessories on. I don't think there's anything else that I need. Unless there's a requirement, actually, to get into the boss fight that I don't remember. Let's go ahead and sleep so it's daytime. Not that that affects a single thing when we're inside, but it's about the principle, you know? Fresh day, fresh fight, ready to go. I like this. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm confident that we should be okay. The main thing that I think that can go wrong is I dash and get frozen and just get obliterated by like a big AoE spell like Diamond Rain and they all land on me due to RNG or something. That could be scary. Join boss battle hard. Oh. Interesting. I haven't done any of the others on hard, but maybe we can revisit them all on hard just to see the difference. But for now, I think we're going to go with normal. I don't know if I can eat and keep the buff before the fight. But as we have 4 of these, I mean, let's find out. Boom, boom. And my defense is now 1812. It is a multiplicative effect. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead. There. I feel like the majority of my damage actually is stronger with my assault rifle, so I'm going to make sure I have my assault rifle first, and let's begin. Confirm, fight begin. 10 minutes on the clock. I don't think we will be running out of time. I think we'll be running out of life, if anything. Let's see. Oh, he's stanced up. With his ice cream hair. I mean, I guess he has an ice user. Ooh, okay. I like the summon pose. Yeah, I don't like the fact that this thing's gonna rip me to shreds. Bjorn and Bastigor. Okay, alright. Let's fail at dodging for a bit then, huh? Oh, yep, there's Diamond Rain. Okay, yep, that's spooky. That's spooky. I do not like that move. Hello, please let me out of here. Okay. Okay, I need to get my pal out. Okay, alright. Holy hell. What is that damage? What is that damage that I did to Wagyu? What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? I am screwed. Am I screwed? Guys, I'm screwed. What is that damage? Oh my god. It also has water moves, which is rough for my Chillets. I need to keep my Chillets alive, but I also need them out so that some attacks get redirected away from me. Okay. Yep. Pillars are not going to save me. You know what I was saying about the timing not being an issue? Yeah, I take that back. This is some insane difficulty. Did I join the hard mode by mistake? That is some insane strength. I mean, our DPS is okay. I couldn't even see that. Everything's going through the pillars as well. This is kind of a disaster. That's in the air. That's spooky. That's good damage. However, I mean, the second an attack comes out, we're just screwed. I can roll as much as I want, but I don't feel like it's going to keep me alive, you know? I need to start regenning. Really badly. However, I also need to keep my damage up. We're stabilizing. We're stabilizing a little bit. That Blizzard Spike is going to be really rough. Yep. There goes Wagyu. We're unstabilizing. It's all over. It's all going downhill. I am not going to have the damage for this, like, at all. Can I rocket launch? I tried to rocket launcher to interrupt the attack. Yeah, that's a fail. That's a fail. I don't think I have the DPS now to do this. I've already lost my fire pals. Yeah, this is over. I don't know if there's a way to, like, quick leave so that I can keep my stuff. But yeah, there's no point in continuing this. I've done 20% of the health, and over 20% of the time has already gone. And all of my fire pals are dead. I'm gonna need to think this through a bit more, I guess. I did not expect the final fight to be this much of a difficulty leap. That feels like an absurd amount of damage for it to do. I know Chillet doesn't have the greatest defense. I do. However, none of the other fights have been too bad. So, we'll see. I'm kind of curious what happens if I run the timeout. So I might just try and stall for a little bit and see if I can just survive the 7 minutes, because I've never seen what happens if the time runs out. So this is a very different approach to the boss fight, and we'll see what happens at the end. Okay, all right. You missed, idiot. You missed, idiot. I'm having fun with this boss fight in my own way. You missed, idiot. Okay, maybe I was just too panicky at the start. I mean, like, these attacks are not hard to dodge. Oh, okay, that one. Like, that's a lunge and a half. Can I get out from under either? Oh, that's new. I haven't even seen that attack in the 5 minutes. Oh god, Blizzard Spike, though, is just so hard to dodge. Like I need to roll into it at the right time. Rock Burst. A lot of different elements. I I guess maybe I need to bring a like really well-trained Blazema or something. That might be a better idea. Obviously, Chillet is, you know, neutral to ice. Still, I mean, like, I'm using a... Wagyu was a condensed Chillet, right? I mean, like, it's not weak. It's not got low defense. It's just lower than it could be. Truth roll in. Nope, still hits. That's just not something that you can really dodge fully, which is tough. Laser is, though, if you know, are preemptively rolling. Okay, at the very least, I feel very comfortable dodging all of the attacks now, so this has been a good practice round. How to actually win the fight with 500,000 HP, that's gonna be tougher to work out. Salad time. I boosted my defense with the hot dog as well. Ah, damn. Wait, I'm just thinking about how much damage that really was doing. Like, my Chillet was also defense boosted. Holy hell. That's rough. I even took an extra precaution to what I was going to. Oof. 20 seconds remain. I wish I could use the pillars for more of these attacks, but so many of the attacks just go through the pillars. Be careful. He's done. That's nice. It gives you a moment, at least, to breathe. Time out. Yep. I ended 10 seconds early as well. Oh, it still kills you. Oh. I thought it might just put you back to the entrance. Wait, it still drops all your stuff? Even if you just time out? Oh, okay. Alright. Well, now I know, I suppose. That was rough. That was rough. Did I accidentally join the hard mode fight where maybe they expect me to go in with condensed stuff? I genuinely don't know. Pressed F when I went in. Was that a mistake? Did they change the button to go in? I thought it was V for hard mode and F for regular, but I'm gonna just double check. Let's grab all of my stuff. Why would it not be it? Multi-climb undershirt back on? I don't know, but yeah, that was spooky. That was spooky. No, F was join boss battle. That was just the boss battle. I'm gonna have to actually, like, craft some Blazemits, I think. I don't know if Chillets are gonna be enough for this. There is the argument that I am not level 60. Which is part of it, for sure. But I mean, we're still in decently geared Hexalite armor, not plasteel. Auto-equipped the plasteel for some reason. I had the 20% extra defense from the hot dog. I mean, like, I feel like these numbers are insane. So I'm surprised that went as poorly as it did. I don't know. We'll have to see. Either way, for now, I think that's where I'm going to wrap things up for today. I'm surprised at how bad that went. I'm very surprised. I'm going to maybe start some Blazemits crafting. I say crafting. I mean, they're not going to be crafting. Breeding. That's the word I'm looking for. Maybe get some more food buff stuff going. I still feel like we get a lot of damage from the Gobfins. So I still feel like having the Gobfins is good so that my damage can be up there. I still feel like having Wagyu is a good idea, although admittedly level 60 seems like it's going to be very useful, and so does max condensing and using more Pal Souls. Although I think we already have a good amount of Pal Souls on my grappling gun, on the Wagyu anyway, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but Wagyu, I mean, yeah, Wagyu's already got plus 30% on everything. I mean, it can be 60%, which is a big increase, don't get me wrong, but I mean, practically got one shot, right? So, I mean, 5% more defense. It might let it live one more attack? Maybe? That's tough. That's tough. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to give it some thought. I'll have to think up some strategies. And while talking about thinking up strategies, there is the option of not going the Gobfin route and instead going with the buffing Pals route. I could bring stuff like Ruby to try and buff the Pals damage with fire attack. That is one option that I could do. There is also Fire Gobfin Ignis, which would mean breeding a whole new line of Gobfin Ignis, but that way they'd at least be useful in the fight if, you know, I lose the pal that I'm riding, like Wagyu or whatever. So that's also an option. That way we could get a little bit more DPS by actually having them out beside us. Because, to be honest, at the end, I did feel comfortable dodging a lot of the attacks once I learned them, you know, as boss fights tend to go. So I don't think me surviving will be an issue in the fight. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult when you're trying to, you know, dodge yourself and also keep your pals alive. But I feel like I can survive. I feel like maybe the main issue, honestly, is just the fact that I'm using, you know, an assault rifle. Like, it is a very good weapon, but it is outdated at this point in the game. It's like a level 44 weapon or something. I should probably... In fact, it might be earlier than that. Is it earlier than 44? I thought it was 44. It's 45. Okay. It's level 45 weapon. It is legendary, which does help. And its DPS was decent, but it's probably time to start looking into, you know, like laser Gatling gun damage, right? I mean, like, this attack is 550 on the base. The plasma cannon's attack is 10,000 base. The advanced bow is 5,800. It's probably time to start looking into some of these higher tier of weapons. I feel like my defense is good. I feel like my pals... We could add a couple of things. Wagyu can stay. I still think this is a good idea. Is it Ragnarhawk that's also fire boosted? And I think Blazema? I think there's lots that give fire boost, right? Ragnarhawk. Yeah, can be ridden as a flying mount, changes the player's attack to fire. So, I mean, Ragnarhawk would be a good idea. Maybe Ragnarhawk with just a bunch of defense boosts, rather than Wagyu with a bunch of offense boosts, if we're going to be relying on us dealing the damage rather than Wagyu dealing damage. I don't think I clicked a single attack while I was riding Wagyu in that panic. Also, Ragnarhawk is faster for dodging, so that's also an idea. There's options. There's options. Yeah, Blazement also enhances fire attacks while mounted. So Blazement would just be the smarter idea than Chiller Ignis. It can probably be done with Chiller Ignis, and I'll probably keep Wagyu in the party at least. I feel like having maybe my plan's gonna be to have either Blazement or Ragnarhawk. Probably Ragnarhawk, because it's probably quicker. So let's get an idea so that I can remind myself when I watch this back for what I'm doing next week when I plan this, or when I act on this plan, I should say. Ragnarhawk, defense boosted with, like, Demon God and Legend and Hard Skin and all of those abilities. I used this as my Fire-type attacker to change my weapons to Fire-type. I breed another Gobfin Ignis, or Gobfin Ignis, either. So I have 3 Gobfins. I'll keep Wagyu. I'll keep Ragnarhawk. That way I can have Wagyu as a backup so that I can still have fire damage. And I upgrade my weapons. I also maybe should just bring recovery meds. Those are a thing. I forgot those were a thing. I genuinely forgot those were a thing. Those would also help, I suppose. So, that's a good plan. We'll look into maybe trying to see if I have any schematics for any of these bows or Gatling guns, or if I can find schematics for them. But yeah, that seems like a good idea. Advanced shield would also be a good idea. 1,800 shield. That's also, you know, that's also quite a big upgrade compared to my Hyper Shield, which is only 1,045. Extra 800 blocks per hit. That adds up. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that I can do. I just need to be more prepared, but that does feel like a jump in difficulty for a tower boss. I don't feel like any of the other tower bosses have been anything I've really had to think too much about. But this one, we need to prep a little bit, and that's fine. That's good. That's a good thing. But yeah, I think that's where we wrap things up for today. If you guys have enjoyed this Palworld episode, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado,